You really don't have to know a lot about racing to understand that pit stops are important. Maybe you've seen the Disney Pixar movie Cars, right? The first one where Lightning McQueen thinks that he can do an entire race with just stopping for fuel. He doesn't need tires because he thinks my stops will be so quick that I'll get so far ahead he gets this huge lead. Spoiler alert, if you haven't seen it yet, it doesn't work. He ends up blowing his tires and the three-way tie whole thing launches the movie. Okay, it obviously doesn't work for him, right? You gotta stop and get pit stops. If you watch racing, follow racing, have done racing yourself, you understand the importance of pit stops. The goal is to go as fast as you can around the track. So you would think, oh, stopping is a bad idea, right? Because I'm trying to get there first. If I stop, it slows me down. But pit stops are important. You have to get fuel, you have to get new tires, and you have to make other adjustments. We're all running this race of life, right? We're all trying to get somewhere fast. We have things we want to accomplish. So most of us are just running around these lives, trying to get there, trying to work as much as we can, trying to run all the time. And we never take time for a pit stop. We're so busy with work and church and family and friends, and we have all this stuff going on, and we're trying to have it all. You can't keep running and running like this without ever taking time for a pit stop. It may seem more productive to keep going, but it's actually extremely counterproductive. You're gonna be so much more effective afterward when you take the time to rest first. So I don't know what a pit stop looks like for you. It should definitely include time with the Lord. It should definitely include rest and relaxation, maybe sleeping, taking a nap every once in a while, but then also take time for you time, me time, whatever you want to call it. I take time for me time, you take time for you time. Do something that you enjoy doing for yourself. Maybe it's going to see a movie, maybe it's a concert, maybe it's sitting at home and listening to music, maybe it's painting or sewing or knitting. Maybe you live in Minnesota, you go up to your cabin on the lake, just kind of enjoy. Maybe it's hunting, fishing, whatever that looks like for you. One thing for me is I like to just go out and play basketball. I found a park by my house finally. No one else, just by myself. Kind of time alone where I can be with my thoughts, I can talk to God, just kind of get some shots up, kind of forget the world for a little bit. That's what I like to do. That's a pit stop for me. Obviously, you should spend time with God in the Word. I mean, I would say every morning, every day. It doesn't have to be a long time, but just a little bit of time before you get into the crazy busyness of your day, before you check social media, before you see what's going on in the world. Have a moment of peace. If you don't make pit stops, the work you do will suffer. You can't keep going at 100% all the time. The work you do at your job will suffer. It won't be as good. The volunteering you do at church will not be as good. Your time with your family and your friends will not be as good if you're so worn out by all the things you got to do. Or even worse, you'll continue to do all these things and you'll get so burnt out you quit. It seems counterproductive to stop. You want to just keep going and going, and the world is telling you keep going and going, don't stop. But it's actually more productive if you take a little bit of time for a pit stop.